Okay, welcome back to Comedy or Worse. I'm here with my very special guest,
Joey Horvitz.
Yay!
Hello. Howdy.
Oh yeah. So how you doing today?
Pretty good. Just paid for 2 parking spaces. One that I found was like an hour parking after the fact. So I gifted an hour parking to someone, and I parked right down the road at 2 hours, and I had my teeth checked and before coming here, and yeah, looking forward to getting those worked on. A little colony of bacteria just trying to exist in my mouth.
Nice.
Little ecosystem. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's good to have you on the podcast.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course.
Thanks, seriously.
So do you use a stage name or is that your real name?
That is my real name. I do have my ID on me. Well, Joseph is my real name, but I go by Joey, and it's like
so common.
Yeah, I'm sorry to do that to people. Like, should I call you by Joseph? Why is your name Joseph? You can call me Joey. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. So how did you get into comedy?
I was railroaded against my will by a guy named RJ in this room, and he threatened me unmercifully. So he said, if you don't get up on stage next week and sign up, there's going to be... No. I've always been interested in comedy, and just grew up with it, and I'm kind of nervous and insecure and stuff like that, and it was just finally the opportunity. It's like I checked out open mics before, and like, I was fucking too scared, and then it was kind of like the RJ dude kind of helped me. Just fucking do it, dude.
Yeah,
and
comics, you can kind of sense people keep coming back.
Yeah.
It's like, those mics aren't that good. I've seen the same comics do very similar stuff over and over.
Yeah. But it's like something that's always like been in the back of my head, and like going to different ones. Like, I would like to do this, and there's like things I want to say in order to kind of make sense of my own life and relating to stuff just for my own sanity, I guess. Yeah, and cool. so it's been helpful and interesting.
Did you get comedy right away?
I think I've probably always been addicted.
Well, I mean, performing.
Performing, yeah. It feels like there's kind of that bug and like that satisfaction of knowing when you kind of tweak something where people like genuinely enjoy what I'm saying, and then if it's done right or wrong, it's like that feeling of like that connectedness with like that group of folks, and just like that, it just feels kind of like, oh, I can be me, and I could be safe among these folks. Cool. And
so far, how long how many like days or weeks or months has it like did you ever, what's the longest streak you didn't do comedy once you started?
Longest streak was probably just over a week, and just like with work and stuff. But yesterday, it was like the first time doing like 3 in a row, like the Lestats, and then Mike's thing over at Space Bar. Yeah, that was like a lot of fun, and then going over to Peter D's to.
How was that?
Peter D's, or just the whole thing?
Yeah, Peter D's. I didn't get
Peter D's is it feels like you're time traveling back to 1983, and like the bartender is it's like
smoke in there or something?
Nah, I don't think you could see. You can smoke smoke outside. It's like seems like it's encouraged, but yeah, it's a really fun place. A mix of karaoke and just some comedy. It's really fun.
Cool.
Place. Salt to the earth there, but yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Maybe I should have went.
Every Monday.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So what is your writing process for comedy?
This is ever evolving. I'm still, I have like the voice notes, and sometimes when I think of something, I'll just use this little free app thing with like just the voice recorder. I'll do that, and then like Evernote, and just put like something that triggers something that is like like, this like feels like something, and then a thought will come with it, and then I'll put it down either in Evernote or Voice, and then from there, I'd like to, on paper too, just to be able to like use the pen and see it and kind of carve it out. So there's that, and like just more recently, and also I'm like very new to this, like since November last year, but a lot of it is just like trying it out like at work, my day job when appropriate. I won't tell dick jokes at my day job, but and also just like with like the hearing the how people react when they hear it, and just they're telling me like that fucking sucks, or like, okay, that's good, and then kind of carve it out a little bit and try different things in front of like different people. So yeah, it's so.
So, do you wish you started comedy earlier?
Yeah, and I do think about that, and it's kind of like this paradox where it feels like at this point in my life I have like this life experience to kind of like draw from, and like all the bumps along the way, and I don't know, I still wish that I have gotten into it just so I can kind of understand it and get like more of like a feel for it and like be more evolved as a comic at this point. But this is the only reality I could live in, and it's probably had to happen this way. So it's kind of, but in any case, I do. So that's a long answer. I wish I kind of maybe 10 years ago or something, if I would have been doing this in my free time instead of, I don't know, like spending hours like whacking off or something. I don't know. It could have been more productive. Laundry.
Do you have any hobbies or passions that aren't related to comedy?
Yeah, I like every other freaking first world kid. Like, I don't know. I did pick up a guitar like in once, and then I stopped playing it. But I think about it a lot. Yeah. So that's my hobby. I think about guitar. No, I play a little bit of guitar. Okay. Never learned to read music, and I really like to draw, like mostly pen and pencil sketches. But I will paint, and yeah, it's like one of those freaking like wannabe graffiti artists in the 90s, and I saw people doing that, and I still have that obsession. I appreciate that stuff, and being able to like put something on a wall and like people are kind of like forced to see it. I'm not doing that now on public walls, but it's like forced to see and draw their own interpretation. Yeah, it's kind of, it's interesting stuff. Cool. I'm obsessed with that.
So I just asked this to everybody.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we met?
I remember meeting you actually in this room here.
At the Madhouse.
In the brick room Madhouse. Yeah. That was the first time, and I remember seeing like there was like Alfonso Ochoa did a show here, and then it was like after everyone's in Alan Henderson, and everyone was like piling in here, and more comedy open. I'm like, oh, bonus, let me come in here, and I saw you do your thing, and it was like it was like a step apart from like the usual just guy, just like
not so worthy. I understand.
Well, we can get Emo Phillips in the horn, and I think that he would very much appreciate that surrealism. It's very good.
So, have you traveled to do comedy yet?
Unintentionally. Yeah, when traveling, this is semi-recently, I went up to Palm Springs with my girlfriend, and it was unintentional comedy. It was just kind of got in like a little heated thing, and I was driving under the influence of an argument with her, and I crashed the car, and a little fender bender, and it just made for, it still drove fine and everything, but it was kind of like that was kind of a fun start to our much needed vacation. So that was, but I haven't like traveled to do. I would like to. I'd like to go to Orange County and LA and kind of further. But that,
So good to find comedy in real life.
Yeah.
So what are your goals in comedy right now?
Just to keep showing up and see like how it evolves and what new things I learn, and just like just being in it and watching people and just seeing how audiences react, and just really kind of like digging more into my brain fearlessly, and just I think about that Devo song, like that Peekaboo. Yeah. I know what you do, 'cause I do it too. Yeah, peekaboo, ha ha ha. But yeah, that song is kind of like an anthem to like all this like kind of concealment, I think, of our personalities and everything as a result of what's expected as far as like typical behavior in the context of everyday life. And it's like almost like we're doing this performance in real time in everyday life, and not really a chance to like what's really in each individual, like what are they like really thinking, instead of surface stuff. And this is kind of like a chance to do that. So
cool. So yeah. Do you ever do a character on stage?
The only character I would really do on stage, if I kind of drift into where I have to show that something might be like emotionally charged in a situation, or like a side of me that gets like really kind of like irritated with some kind of circumstance that is just something that is a part of the deal, but is, I don't know, or when expressing something like another person or something, but no like set character, like like if I was.
So do you feel like you're yourself on stage?
I'm myself, yeah. I'm not Gilbert Gottfried on stage. I feel like I'm myself up there. Sure, I don't know. Yeah. It's a long answer.
So do you have a favorite joke? Either yours or anybody's. It doesn't have to be a famous person either.
Yeah, famous jokes. Let's see. There's so many of them. There's one that my dad told me when I was like a little kid. I'm not sure if you heard the joke about mustard. It's kind of a long one, but but the joke about mustard, where it ends, like the big reveal at the end of the mustard joke, I thought it was like what was thought to be mustard was actually like fecal matter. So it was like a very good joke for a kid. There's probably on the internet, but that one was that one was kind of like a starting joke when I was probably 4 or 5. But there's modern jokes now is probably George Carlin's about, it's like a big club and you ain't in it, as far as like what's going on with the structure of the modern world and stuff. And I like being a common person. It's probably a little bit more comfortable because you can kind of poke fun at the fact that there are people on this world that are convincing that they somehow have some kind of authority or control over. But trying to hold it all together. But long form answer.
It's just a podcast. So, what is your favorite place to do comedy?
Right now, I've really been enjoying Trailer Park After Dark on Tuesdays, because it just feels like that's a place where you could just be absolutely free and open, and I like drawing the blocks too, like this kind of whatever you want to do, like you could freaking that is just it's just a room where you just kind of whatever, just like shamelessly just whatever you have in your jokes or whatever you have on your mind. And whatever's going on in there, it's like no one freaking cares. Just like let it go. I like that, and I miss this place. I'm looking at this stage right here, this place here. But I don't know, more to be revealed. But but Trailer Park, I like that place a lot.
Cool. So what was your family like growing up?
Family growing up. Okay, this is let's see. Let me call my psychiatrist, Dr. Rimo. We have a bunch of stuff in the charts that are probably is like shortened and anyways, growing up, I grew up here in San Diego, and had the kind of in the born in 1979 and in the 80s, and my dad was kind of like wildly successful at one point with like real estate, and he had his like beautiful blonde party girl wife, my mom, and that kind of like fell apart where it was just he just kind of went too far and kind of like lost all that stuff. And my mom's like, fuck that, this guy ain't shit. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what my dad was really doing, but like yeah, she took all of us kids, boyfriend on the side, and just kind of, that was like the other turning point of childhood and making sense. 8 years old. 8 years old, but yeah. Sorry, Mom, but yeah, you shouldn't have had a boyfriend on the side. Yeah, that was kind of, but like packed everything up in the truck, June of 1988, and it's like, let's go, let's get, it's like, what the fuck? This like 8-year-old kid, like, where are we going? And like, it's just in this like kind of slob with a mustache. Sorry if anyone is like a slob with a mustache, but this guy looked like an especially fucking slobby, like, but yeah, and just like that kind of but got through that, and it was, looking back on it now, thank you, Gen Zers. I can like revel in my trauma. It's like a badge of honor. I can get like discounts at Starbucks now with my trauma. But no, but they're just, yeah. And I kind of learned a lot from seeing my parents kind of go along, and like they're still alive. Mom's 69, Dad's 72. Yeah, it's just like things are wildly different, and like still here, grew up, bounced around a bunch of different schools. I rode the welfare wagon, so I was just like this freaking white trash kid a little bit, bouncing around. Lived in a trailer, 6460 Convoy Court, double wide, when my mom was like in the peak of her whatever she was doing. But yeah, it was like a lot of kind of like a embarrassment to the situation, and not wanting people to see kind of like how my parents were, but still trying to be this kid growing up and find my place.
Even though you were with your dad, did you visit? I mean, even though you're with your mom, did you get to visit your dad?
Oh yeah, kind of went back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah. So I saw him last Friday, but still keeping close contact. But yeah, but just growing up, like anything, coming of age, like finding where I kind of like what, like, and I found kind of, yeah, like the freaking the graffiti writers and like the skaters and stuff. And just, I'm like, I found like a tribe that I belong with.
Growing up?
No, not, well, once. Growing up, when I was 22, I got arrested. Yeah, I got arrested, and that was like another turning point. But like, yeah, I kind of fell into some problems and freaking landed my ass into the system, and that was like the next turning point. It's like, okay, like adulthood, some kind of freaking structure so you can like support yourself and not like end up in a, yeah, fertilizer at the time. I would have been good fresh fertilizer in my mid-20s, but yeah.
So you didn't have to spend a lot of time in jail? Or?
No, it's like 10 days, and that was enough for me. Yeah, it's like enough to like realize that like having a bowel movement next to like a bald Southsider from like LA with like helicopter tattoos on the back of his head, it was uncomfortable. I'd rather poop with the door closed. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't sputter as much with the nerves. Yeah.
All right, cool. So what's your earliest memory then?
My earliest memories are, let's see, my earliest memory was probably, I was probably 2.5, and there was like a flood inside the house, and I remember like there's like shag carpeting in this room, and there was like these industrial fans blowing on it, and I just remember like the carpet kind of luffing. It was kind of like loosely attached in some portions, and it just like looked really bizarre, and kind of like this room looked like it was like from familiar with like things in there to like totally unfamiliar to where it's just loud noises and carpet. So that was like probably one of my first memories.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There might be more, but I don't know how to access them. We probably will with like a like with,
that's all good.
yeah.
So have you ever entered a comedy contest or anything like that?
I haven't yet. So no, I haven't. Yeah, I'm an open micer. I'm an open micer. So
do you ever do shows?
I have not. The only ones I've done is just open mic. Like the idea of doing a show, it like sounds like wow.
How much time do you think you have?
With
how many minutes of comedy in a row could you do and feel like you have high confidence that people will laugh?
I think 5 minutes.
Okay.
If more time, I'd probably have 10, and also like with the discipline too, because I like in conversation, or even if it's not conversation, with like when I get a reaction, like sometimes I get sidetracked and I get all excited and like but yeah, I think I could probably maybe because we're on this podcast and I want to do a 10-minute show, I'll do my homework and put it together, and brevity. Yeah, I won't get derail and talk. But I get to work on that. Yeah.
So, do you like follow any comedy podcast or anything like that? Or stay up on any specials? Or?
Mainly, I've been like going back and like seeking comfort in a lot of like the things that I watched growing up, and I have to share like one of the first kind of like comedy type things was probably like the Morton Downey Jr. show. Remember the guy that would like smoke and like talk shit? It was like the first kind of like tabloid talk show. But there was that, and sometimes I like to revisit that, and like just watching folks like for like their first time like on Johnny Carson, like that. It's like educational, and as far as like, and like there's this one called like The Green Room. It's like on YouTube where there's these like seasoned folks, and they just kind of folks that you wouldn't expect to be grouped together, and they grouped them together, and they just kind of talk about how they developed into who they are, and also like their perspectives on life with how they are now. And and lots of interviews too. It's just like to like see what's in the mind of that individual, and kind of what drives them on their day-to-days when they're not like on a stage or writing, and like things that are important to them.
All right. What about like Kill Tony, or watch Kill Tony?
I've watched a couple. That there's one that I recall specifically that like was really whoever did the thing about like the shooting up the Mormon school, and just like that painting the how they use the words, talking about like the beards on their little Mormon faces. Like that. Like I've watched a few episodes of that, but like that stood out. But like compressing so much into short time is amazing, and be able to like paint a picture with words and facial expressions and emotions in that amount of time is incredible. But
cool. So what's the worst thing about comedy right now?
I'm thinking the worst thing might be folks feeling self-conscious or fearful of what they're saying, even if it is something that is like true to themselves. And it's just that kind of like judgment, not so much by like the individuals, but something where like the folks that are doing the judging feel compelled, because it's almost like bandwagon judgment. It's like if you're not judging someone based on this, then they're an out group. So it's almost like there's this autopilot corpus of people that are reacting almost like an autopilot. But that's psychology. It's like you got to fit into some kind of thing. So, but but that's the only like really fear. But it's like I want those people to know that they may be subscribing to an idea not of their own individual thought, but they might be following something because they feel safe in this opinion on something. So that's only like real fear that you're like, but in a way that's actually okay too, because something also that could be exploited is like how that's a function of groups of people to like seek something, to feel like there's like this sense of belonging and that you're doing right by what other people are doing. So I guess that's humanity. So
sure. So do you feel like you fit into the San Diego comedy scene?
I think so. I'd like to. yeah. I feel like I fit in. I feel like I fit in.
Everybody fits in.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
That's the whole definition.
Yeah. So
Most people feel like
it feels very comfortable for me. So that it feels fitting for that, and just like hearing that, it's like a relief to hear other people when like they're talking themselves and not on stage. It's like kind of see like what's fueling what they're saying too. But it's there's like definitely this thing that clicks, and there's a comfort like among like these people that want to use the word to like for like this creative outlet to attempts to figure themselves out and like make like find out what people think about themselves and like how they react to the world that we're in. It's like a little example of like this human being has this inside from however they're reacting to like their context of their life and other yeah.
That's cool. It's kind of interesting how people's it's biology and also environment, right?
Yeah.
You'd be a different person if you grew up in
a
country or even
definitely yeah, and it's like we're like in a way we're like preserving like these traditions that humans have, and like over generations there's a psychology in these kin groups of the people that we belong to, and it's like we want to, and like genetically we have that, and like we want to be able to sync with that and feel comfortable, and then there's also like this other world that it's like okay, like this is how everyone's doing it, this is how everyone thinks we're acting as an individual in like this freaking confusing world that's ever changing. This is what I have to fucking do now, okay? And just like the kind of like the emotions that come up, and just kind of questioning like this is like so absurd, okay? And like people are like going with this like blindly, like whose idea was this? And it's like you're buying like a fucking Cybertruck now. This is really I don't know. Yeah, it's like, did you really want to? Yeah, it's Jesus. But
you can always sell a car.
It's just like really weird. But I have things that like motivate me too, that are not of like from my kin base group, but me wanting to like figure myself out in the context of being in this world.
Would you ever put a chip in your head?
I have one, and I've been like that's what's driving me now, and it's made things a lot easier as far as like getting my.
What kind of chip do you have in your head?
It's Amazon Fresh, so I get no. I don't want a chip in my head. I don't think anyone should have a chip in their head. It's we're almost there. Yeah, I'm not addicted to this. It's fucking it's. I think people would like with like some folks would be like if you market it in a way that's it's not really in your head. I don't want a chip in my head. No, there's enough in there. I want my natural receiver. Okay.
But would you? Well, I mean, if you were able to travel into the future and you saw that humans decided not to put chips in their head, but they evolved to be able to directly talk to computers naturally or something, or passive technology, right? Where you put sunglasses on, or glasses, and it's communicating with the computer.
This is your mother speaking. Oh, that's Red Fox. No, okay. No, but that is bizarre, because that's that how like our brains are rapidly evolving with the technology that we use, because we have to adapt and understand it, and how yeah, there's something as simple as breaking down, decoding like words or something like that. That's something that we haven't been able to do. That's something that's learned. So I'd like to keep the technology like out of my brain, and I think our brains are capable of understanding and adapting and like drawing our own opinions about it,
Right.
and using it in a way that makes sense to like us. We're not going to use it to be like belong to like this framework. I guess kind of have to in a way, but no, I don't want a chip. There's the long answer. I'll let my brain evolve like human brains have been. The technology that we use doesn't need to go inside.
Try to make your brain grow? How do you, besides memorizing jokes?
Yeah, I think it will make the brain grow, because I think...
I mean, are you doing things like... maybe your job expands your brain?
Yeah, well...
comedy does, right?
Yeah, it does, and like...
trying to memorize jokes, and you're getting all this data, and
yeah.
analyzing it.
Yeah, and like like with this brain, and also talking about like with some buzzwords of technology and everything, but like with these like synthetic brains that we have good ones that have like a actual living cell tissue too, that are placed on chips, which is pretty remarkable. There's no way that could be, well, I don't know, it's an argument over consciousness, but it does teach us in a way how our own brains work, how it is something that is constantly cross-referencing the information and trying to make sense out of our world so we can like survive and adapt as human beings, and it's like we're constantly like rewriting this map of like how to keep ourselves safe, like what that is, and if something's out of place, it like
is
it's
that
telling.
Funny? Should I laugh at that?
Yeah, pretty much. And
people are gonna look at me?
Yeah, and exactly that, and it's like, and that's how like the human mind works, where there's this map of assumptions, and like we feel comfortable and we have it all written and figured out, and then we can take something and turn that black chair pink when no one is looking, and that's kind of like what? And it's like you're kind of like doubting your own mind, but then you have something that plugs into logically why that is now a pink chair, and then it's like and like that people figure it out because they can put the puzzle together. Yeah, and that's how brains work.
Are you recording your own sets?
I have recorded some, yeah, and I do have. I do.
You listen back to them?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. You wanna listen to yesterday's right now? Just kidding. No, just kidding. No, but yeah, it's helpful, and it's like interesting. It's like
it's also interesting because in your mind you might remember how it went one way.
Yeah.
And you watch it back, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then the only thing everybody has to remember too is that the audience laughter.
Yeah.
Unless you're micing the audience.
Yeah.
It's always going to be lower on the recording.
Okay. Then I'm okay. So
okay.
That's why I got like one. No. But but it is interesting too, like with like recorded versus live. But like the recorded is interesting. It's like the representation of like that happening at that point in time. Yes, it's us, but us in that point of time. So it's like really interesting, yeah, with that group, and
yeah.
It's like,
it doesn't always get everything. Like sometimes I remember watching back a video, and in time, somebody did something funny off camera.
Yeah.
And then it's almost better to like, if you want to save that, it's like to say it out loud, so that later on you're able to like remember that it wasn't something you did; it was something that somebody else did.
And also at the time, it seems that like when recording and everything, but when actually like live, it's like there's this feeling inside when you're doing it live, and then the people are watching, and it's all live. There's like something there during that time is like that feeling from that is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And then like
definitely.
Yeah.
That's one of the goals of the podcast is to encourage everybody to go see live comedy.
Yeah.
It's nothing like.
There is, yeah, and yeah. It's because it's like there's something that's like. It's like there and it's gone. It's there and it's gone. Like the moments are like we're like passing through, and it's like okay, and then it happened, and you have like that memory, yeah. And you can listen to it again and like learn from that, still laugh at it, but like at that time when you're like everything is happening right there.
Recording really is only a tool for the comic. To try to get better.
And Netflix to make a couple of bucks or. No, just kidding. That's a tool for recording too. No, but yeah.
I guess that's technically a recording.
yeah.
That's a whole other
yeah, that's that.
If they make a Netflix special off of recording off a phone, I'm like,
oh my God.
What? How did they make it so good? So compelling.
Yeah.
They had a lot of editing.
Yeah, totally.
That's cool.
But,
so
live comedy is good. Go see it. Yeah. Watch this, but go see live comedy. Yeah. It's very important.
Yeah, I mean, sorry. I have recorded a couple episodes of this podcast live, but not everybody that listens to it can be there at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, like
right?
Yeah. We have to pick them all up. Who cares?
Like every person who's ever listened to the podcast or ever will listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
All show up.
We'll have a hologram version of you guys. Yeah.
Did I ever ask you about the worst thing in comedy?
Let's
Did
see.
I ask you what the worst thing in comedy is right now?
The worst thing in comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it is like that kind of like the fear of like judgment by folks that are just judging because they're in the
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get you to repeat stuff. So have you've heard of other comedy scenes, right? Like how they are, like, or have you seen any other? You said you didn't really travel for comedy, right?
I haven't traveled to do comedy at other mics, but
do you
that
think
is
you picked a good one for San Diego, or do you think Austin would fit you as well, or LA, or
Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
I've been to Austin, Texas. I don't know. Yeah, I'd do a mic in Austin, Texas, but I do have plans to go to Orange County in Los Angeles at some point. It's a little bit more free time, but just to see what it's like, and just like hear that's like really kind of folks are like really good, and I'd like to like see that and like see what they're talking about, and I can see how
comics from around the world. What's an exotic place you've met a comic? Like they've been here.
The
Australian.
Yes. Yesterday we had the Australian guy. We had freaking Aiden, and then we had Fergal, the guy from Ireland. But it's like really interesting to see like cultural perspectives and like blending into what their assumptions of a new culture was, and it seems like it's kind of like a very mild shock, but there still is a little bit, but like like seeing just comics of just the different like frickin' spectrum of human beings that we have on this planet, and each individual has like this kind of like a self-perception and things. Everyone, I believe, has a sense of humor, and and it is cool to see like anyone doing it, and also like bumping up against other kind of cultures and stuff. It's really it's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What about? Let's see. Oh, would you ever perform on stage with another comic? Either a roast battle or improv?
I've improv. I didn't. Yes, per protocol, as a midlife man, I took an improv class at the NCT Theater. Now, but we did improv, and we did a showcase, and we did like a live show, and that was like really educational. So that was my only time like working with other people. But like, yeah.
How long ago was that?
This was we did our thingy in June 17th is when we did our show, and
Past June.
Yeah, this past June. Was it June? And then we had like like 18 weeks of classes, and
Okay. So
$4,000 later. No, it wasn't that much. No. It was fun. It was a fun learning experience.
okay, so you took an improv class.
Improv
and
class.
Had a show at the end.
I had a show at the end. Had a showcase. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever do more of it?
Possibly. I'm really enjoying like the focus on like the what's going on in the mind of the individual, and like present that. So like, but I would like to do. I know, like, I really like Peter Cook and Dudley Moore's kind of back and forth improvisational, like Smothers Brothers kind of stuff, and yeah, Kids in the Hall. I really like that kind of sketch stuff. I grew up with it. Yeah.
Just think about that.
Yeah.
It's so silly.
Yeah. I had a cabbage for a head. I am one of those guys that have a cabbage for a head, but I didn't turn out seedy. I promise. I'm not that much of a pervert. Yeah, I do have a cabbage for a head. Yeah.
Oh, so would you ever want to? Okay, improv.
Yeah. And like date, just like talking back and forth.
What about podcasts? Have you ever done anybody else's podcast?
No, this is the first one. But like,
Yay.
But in conversation, it's like there's always like something that's going to come out of like someone, and it's like wanting to like build, and yeah, and I like that. Yeah, like.
What about? Do you ever play any video games or anything like that?
Not really into video games. I did. Yeah, my brother dominated the Nintendo when we were kids, and he's like that. I'm kind of glad, because I would probably would have wasted a lot of time. But I did get an emulator recently at a street fair that has all those like preloaded games. And so I played like Bubble Bobble and for a little bit and put it down. Still there. I don't know. I might play it later. But the old games are fun. Yeah.
Have you ever performed music in front of an audience?
Small audience, and also another thing. Yeah, I was very like timid, and I missed my opportunity to play guitar. There was like Java Joe's open mic. There's a Wendy's open mic on like the corner of Bacon and Newport. And I was like, and the guy with this like little halter top, this very slight guy. This is before a lot of the, I don't know, all the gender neutral stuff. But anyways, I missed the opportunity to play because I was like just so fearful of getting up on the stage, and I didn't do it. And I just like play in front of groups of people, but like the thought of playing in front of complete strangers was just like very frightening. And I was like, that's a regret, but maybe that.
Always start.
Yeah.
The stats.
Yeah.
Not like do comedy.
Yeah. But the comedy is like I'm not that good at guitar. I'm not that good at comedy. But gosh, still like to play. But yeah, But that was
cool.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it you don't have any merch, right? Or you ever think about it, or?
I do have. Thinking about having a yard sale. That's about as much as it's gonna go. Like, I do. They're usable items, or I don't know. You might see them on Craigslist soon. Like some probably like I need to clear out some of the clutter, some books and things, and I don't know. I might hang on to all the bikes, but I don't have any like official. I can paint my name on them. Not if like, but yeah.
So do you still buy physical books?
Yeah, I do. I do if there's like things that kind of like trigger nostalgia, like I don't know, like the Matt Groening's like Life in Hell comics. It's like, give me those. I want to hoard those, and like mad, snappy answers to stupid questions. It's like Al Jaffe, and it's kind of like I read them, but it's kind of like I want to have that book from that era or whatever. It's weird. and other books too. It's not just like, but
what about like DVDs? Do you still have DVDs?
I have a few Adventures of Pete and Pete. And, I don't know, some what do I have in there? Brack Show and some Ren and Stimpy. Some Kids in the Hall. But yeah, things that are like I don't have a ton, but like I still have some old DVDs and maybe a couple VHS. I don't have a DVD player or a VCR, but like I still feel like I like having those.
Sure.
Yeah.
What about like music CDs?
I still have some music CDs that I feel like are ones that are like important. So and like that I have to have them. I still don't need them, but if for whatever reason there's kind of like this satisfaction in like holding something that was like generated at the time when it came out, and it just feels like, oh, this is like it popped at this time, and this is like still you can carbon date it, and yes, this is from 1978 or something. That's a book, would be not a CD, but yeah.
It's the prototype.
Yes, it's a prototype. But yeah.
That's cool.
But and it's also like really cool to like to share those old books and stuff that are folks that are like, familiar. But yeah.
So do you ever loan books to people?
Yeah, I'll loan books. There's certain ones because like I've had one. I comforted a friend in the hospital, and I like brought some books, and a couple got lost, and I was like, and I had to be cool about it, and he felt bad. Yeah. He had since passed. It wasn't from the hospital stay. It wasn't from the book, but he's gone with the books. Yeah, so it's like but it brought him comfort while he was there. But yeah, Why Do Men Have Nipples? It was the book. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, now you got me interested.
Yeah, that's it.
That's cool. So, what do you do for work?
Well, don't look. Yeah, I don't have a LinkedIn. No, for work, I'm in the healthcare industry.
Okay.
So yeah, I look at people's insides with ultrasound and just see if anything's the matter. So it's like I enjoy it because it is an abstract thing where it's like using an instrument to see, and then like the model of the human body and the policies of the human body aren't going to change. They've been designed it that way for a little while now. So it's like something where I don't have to focus and read on how we're doing this now, and it's like you look at the body and like look to see if there's anything the matter, and you try and write a short story about it. Yeah, that's like easily understood, not like my answers to Aaron's questions, but yeah.
Do you see like technology getting better?
Oh, definitely.
Like your job would go away?
It may, and I'm totally okay with that. So it's just like where humanity's going, and it's kind of one of the things where people are doing the dance with the folks that own the technology, where it's like this constant, like, check this out, and ease of use, this is good, oh, this is great, and then we push it forward, and then they get to advance their chess piece further in the game of controlling humanity, and that's fine, and it's exciting to see what we're capable of.
If you have chips in the body, then it could report what is wrong. Not that I'm saying that that's what we should do. I'm wearing an Apple Watch right now. This is non-intrusive. measures, different.
Yeah, like external, but and yeah, I think
I think that would be a good way to go.
And we do have implanted devices and stuff that like treat pain and also like monitor.
Hard to have
yeah, it's like your
thing keeps your heart going.
Like the sinoatrial node.
It would be kind of hard to have it not be inside the heart.
Yeah, with those devices. But as far as like extrapolating data from like our personal thoughts, 1984. But yeah, I believe that these devices that are implanted that are serving a function, not like extrapolating info from like our conscious thought or controlling our conscious thought, that would be. But that's problems. But like pacers, yeah, they actually function better than
if
our own.
If you did have a chip in your head, it would just be just like any computer. It would have to have like firewalls.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just
if you connect two computers together.
So long as my mom is a blocked number on that chip, I'm okay. Yeah. So if I can access Do Not Disturb, I might consider it. And no, I don't want to. Yeah, but with chips, with like I think the only acceptable access to an individual's brain is if it serves the function of sending signals to the rest of the body.
Sure.
Yeah, in order to make that work, or if there is some kind of grave psychiatric disease that's not stemming from someone's like that could be worked out with.
Yeah. Also, people have like gotten amnesia and then became like a different person.
Yeah, and testimony of like how neural networks work, and that's like you can like manipulate the brain and like
eyewitness testimony is regarded fairly well, and it's like so bad.
Yeah.
It just show it's
like the guy that
experiments. It's like everybody didn't remember it right.
And like the guy that hits his head and like all of a sudden he's like a great piano player that turns into a savant just because like rattled. Yeah, I was hoping like I don't know if I can get better at my comedy. You could like whack me upside the head with a raw mallet and then I don't know. Maybe that in and of itself that would be a great bit. Just that would whack it. Yeah, but
that's good. The boss is going to take care of the Cox.
All right, cool.
So that's good.
Yay. All right.
So do you have anything you want to talk about?
I just wanted to talk about how, if anyone is watching this, like live comedy, like really is important to like us individual comics that are doing this, and it's like we will have fun, and hopefully, we will. But it's like something that's like whoever is there is like very much a part of it too, and like we need the audience to have to make it work. So it's like live comedy is, it's something that let's keep it going, and it's also kind of makes us feel like more connected and human. It's like doing everything behind a tablet. Now it's like, what, Aaron? What? Huh? What? Oh, hey. So I think like it's very important to have like humans to interact, small scale, large scale.
Because we try to record the podcast a lot, in person.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I can see and touch Aaron. Yeah, when the camera's going to come off, and then you can just kind of decide what we're going to be doing after. It might be lunch. Aaron already had lunch, so what are we going to be doing? No, okay, but sorry.
We gotta make it a good meal.
Yeah.
So I just have to think of more things to talk about.
Yeah, but.
So what did you do earlier today? You went to the dentist.
I went to the dentist.
What was before that? You woke up and then went to the dentist?
Yeah, I woke up. I showered. I showered. Yeah, I showered.
One
So
of these guys.
yeah, I did shower. Like, yeah, it's a little sweaty right now. It's a.
What is
Smells of exotic cheeses are coming off. Like, it smells like. Yeah, this is that Don Hertzfeldt stick figure animator that just takes stick figures and comes up with these animations. A lot of it's dark, but like wildly entertaining. Like, he's like very funny and dark, but yeah, first saw him at like the Spike and Mike's Sticking to His Festival of Animation, and that was like yeah. But anyways, where are we going with that? But
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah.
So,
But I showered though. I did shower, so yeah. That
I know you haven't traveled for comedy, but where's
Limburger and
have you traveled to other places for other stuff? Like, have you been to other countries or
once?
States? Ooh.
Yeah, I visited my eldest brother and his family in London. It was like the first ever time leaving the continent. So yeah, he lives in kind of south of the main city. Yeah, I forget. Isling. Yeah, that's the borough, Isling. But it was like interesting, and it was like a first good introductory different continent, and just because of like the comfortable being like English speaking, and also my brother there, and it was like, and I had a lot of free time because he had to do family stuff, and that was one of the intentions of the trip. But like just lots of walking all around and kind of getting like lost and like, oh crap, like phone running out of battery, and but like good thing there's English, and I got kidnapped, which is kind of weird.
What?
When I got
How'd
so
you get kidnapped?
because I was being there's no punchline for that. I didn't get kidnapped. I didn't get kidnapped, but I wish I would have, because I probably would have got a ride home somewhere, someplace safe out of the rain. But it rains really hard there. It rains. I wasn't prepared, but I got soaked. But yeah, that was like my first time traveling off. Okay. The continent. It was like very fulfilling. Very fulfilling.
So
connecting.
You want to go to other countries?
Yes, I would, if like whenever possible, I would just like to see other things and just how other people function, and like
Oh, did you call for the Comedy Store?
The Comedy Store?
Yeah.
I have not. For like
Did you ever try to get up today at the Comedy Store?
I haven't.
And why? Why's that?
I just haven't. I just I ought to. That Andrew Wilmore was saying, like, he's told me about it, and it sounds like good fun. I really ought to. Do I have time today?
Yeah.
I should do it today. Yeah, my plans are going to like Trailer Park After Dark later today, but like I ought to.
There's a big gap in between.
Yeah, there is a big gap. Yeah, I could.
Unless you have other things to do.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not going to be doing laundry. Yeah, but I'm going to be. But yeah, I'd like to. Yeah. I think I will do that. Yeah.
Or do you
There's
ever?
time to do laundry.
What about American Comedy Company?
I've put my name in the hat a few times, and I haven't gone up.
Okay.
And I'm grateful for that, because I don't think at the times I was well prepped, and that host guy was like, I was like genuinely scared, like just, he's gonna break me off, and I know it's some good fun, but I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry I didn't prepare. Like I just forecasted like this, what was going to happen, and just turning out just like and just
the audience.
Yeah, it's the host. I should be worried about the audience for this. Like, oh my God. Like, make it.
And if you're gonna bomb, try to go out in style.
Yeah.
Try to pull out of it.
He's like following me home, and that's like I come home and he's there, and he's like, I can't believe you've wasted. No. Why would you do that to your?
I don't think I've ever bombed and like, just kept going down. I'm always trying to pull up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's times where I'm like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
on my way to mom.
Yeah.
Let me pull out of it.
You're like going home and you're like,
Sometimes it does.
you're just like trying to fix like a comfort meal, and then there's like, oh, the
I
audience
try.
there is watching you still, and like,
I
oh
try
god,
really hard to
yeah.
not have comfort meals like because that just implies that you're eating stuff that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You gotta really listen to your body.
Yeah, listen. Yeah.
But that's just maybe just how I never felt good being full.
Yeah.
That's not fun to do.
Yeah.
Hangovers.
Oh yeah, those are yeah, that's yeah. Taking comfort is like a yeah.
Fine getting sugar highs, but now I try to avoid it.
Yeah.
Don't like the feeling.
Yeah, if I drowned my sorrows in sugar, I'd be like, I'd probably have to roll me out of here. Yeah, but no, but I yeah. I deal with things in a healthy way. No, but I understand like it is like kind of, yeah, that experience of feeling like awkward and like what can I do and say? Yeah, it's a fun exercise. Yeah. It's like a.
Well, I encourage you to
very
go
alive.
to more open mics.
All right.
Scare you.
Okay. All right. Ones that are like
the good thing about the Comedy Store is you call.
All right.
And then you will know at 4 o'clock if you got picked or not.
Okay.
And then you can prepare, or you can go, oh, I didn't get picked.
All right. All right. Just
Right.
give them a phone call.
Start. You gotta check in by 6:45.
Okay. All right. No, yeah, I got a FedEx package coming by 4. My girlfriend's there, but yeah.
Oh, actually, to remind you,
Yeah.
I should go get my package.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
You got a big package coming there?
Well,
I got a little
Soylent coming.
Soylent. Yeah. Okay, but
No,
yeah,
I think-
just got a little package, some accessories for the bigger package. Yeah.
That's good. You got to have all the pieces.
You got to have all the pieces to make it work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How can people find you on social media?
If you would like, you can.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, social.
We're not forcing anything.
Yeah,
Anything.
but
We're
yeah.
tortured you with this
If I
podcast.
see you in person, I may force it. But
Yeah.
my name is Joey Horvitz, and I am on Instagram. I have I don't have any of my comedy. I do have some pictures. If you would like some of those pictures, it would help boost my self-esteem.
Are there more Joey Horvitz than just you?
There is someone in Los Angeles named
So what is your handle?
It's you could find it Joey, the numeral 8 and CH, Joey H, at Joey H. Yes, yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, so there's some pictures of my parents are there, my dogs, and just things that I find amusing.
You never know. You might
Yeah.
post something new today.
Just for you, if I get someone, but yeah, this is, and I'm grateful, and I'm also grateful for the folks that are in the rooms that are
Go see live comedy.
it's like advanced
Listen to
AA.
comedy podcast.
Yeah,
Buy comedy merch.
yeah,
All of it.
yeah, and in your day-to-days, whatever's emotionally triggering, there's another perspective other than the thing that's getting you at the moment it's happening. Wait a while and you'll see it, or you might see it right away. This is your mother speaking. No. All right, it helps. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for being on the podcast.
For sure. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
This has been another episode of Comedy or Worse.
All right.
Hey, bye, everybody.
All right, let's get to our packages. All right, thanks, Aaron.